Hi, I'm Holly Hardy, Clinical Lead of the Bristol, North Somerset and South Gloucestershire Training Hub and a GP in North Bristol. Welcome to Good News BNSSG, brought to you by the Training Hub, where we aim to showcase some of the great initiatives and projects going on in primary care within our area. In this episode, we're looking at greener practice from the perspective of how practice is run, the community and social prescribing. Here's our first clip from Southmead and Henbury Family Practice, where they've been doing something very interesting with their open spaces.
Hi, I'm Marion Steiner. I'm a GP with an interest in nature, and I chair the Nature and Health Strategy Group of the West of England Nature Partnership. We're at Southmead Health Centre, which is lucky enough to have a lot of green space around it, and we're very aware of the beneficial effects of nature, which we all appreciated more during COVID. So during that time, we started to talk about developing a garden, and our landlords, NHS Property Services, said they'd like to help us.
I just basically did the organising and liaising with external communities and also with NHS Properties. They knew the benefit that it was going to bring the practice staff and all of our community. So once that was established and this was built, the next challenge is trying to advertise the space and getting people involved.
The garden has been developed so that it can be accessed by everyone. It has gravel paths and raised beds of different heights so that children, people who are using wheelchairs and able-bodied people can access it and enjoy the benefits of it. The local community, a lot of them have got challenges in terms of low income, and it can be difficult to talk to people about healthy diets and fresh vegetables when they haven't got easy access to those. So we didn't really plan to do this, but we had such an abundance of crops that when we harvested them, we would put a weekly harvest out on the reception with a note that this has been grown here, and just all magically disappeared. So we know that people are benefiting in different ways from the garden.
We have 4 practices in Bristol and 4 others in North Somerset. So hopefully at some point we'll be able to roll out something like this. All the practices obviously don't have a space like this, but some will have a little bit at the front where we can put 1 or 2 raised beds. It's just very beneficial for the community.
A lot of people have contributed plants and time and expertise, but we'd like to expand that so that people with particular health needs, either physical or mental, of course those shouldn't really be separated because nature can benefit all of that. And we'd like them to be able to access the garden, and we're planning a collaboration early in the new year with a local charity working with people with different sorts of health needs and also carers. We'd also like to expand the work so that we could perhaps link with a local school and therefore invite children in so they can see things growing and give their energy to the garden, which would be great.
That's such a simple idea, and it's clear how much benefit it's bringing to all involved, and definitely something that can be rolled out to any practice in BNSSG. And now, over in Bridgeview Medical Centre, they've been looking at how to get greener with home visits.
We've got an electric car here that lives on site, charges up in the car park, and that's used for the home visiting clinician. The fact that you can come to work by whatever means you choose, be that public transport, a lot of staff here cycle in, and then they don't have to rely on having a vehicle here when they need to go out and do their patient visits or if they're the home visiting clinician that day. So having an electric car is really beneficial for staff and staff well-being, knowing that you've got a vehicle available for you to use every day. It means that we can get to our patients without having an environmental impact. So it was a bit of a no-brainer for the practice to get an electric vehicle.
We also hear that other practices have invested in electric bikes, on-site bike repair kits and sheds in an effort to support more sustainable ways of getting to work. And finally, today we showcase the work being done by Open Minds Active. Patients in our area have been referred to them through social prescribing. Here's a clip of one patient's story.
I've always felt that the more I do something, the more resilient I become. So people that are thinking that, oh, I'm not resilient enough to go open water swimming or cold water swimming or wild swimming, trust me when I say this, that the water will give you that. All right? My name is Michael Kane. My name is Simon Harmer and I'm from Winchester in Hampshire. I joined the Army in 1997 as a combat medical technician. I served all over the world. I did a couple of tours in Bosnia. I went to Iraq in 2003, the Congo, and then I found myself in Afghanistan. I've been there for about a month when I left our patrol base to go on a routine patrol, and I activated an improvised explosive device which left me as a double leg amputee. I was walking on my prosthetic legs less than 2 months after I was injured, but my journey to recovery was kind of like, it was up and down, kind of more ups than downs, but swimming was a huge part of my recovery and my rehabilitation. It was something easy for me to do, and having access to open spaces really helped me rehabilitate after losing my legs. And there was a sense of normality as well, with where I was in the water, no one could see that I'd been injured, and a lot of the time I was actually I wasn't having to rely on prosthetic legs or a wheelchair, and it just made me feel very, very normal and like my old self, really. I've got my tea, got my Yeti tea. I love a bit of Yeti. It's just utterly ridiculously clear. It's incredible, this place. I love swimming at Bobster Quay. Before I got injured, I did a lot of pool swimming, and that was kind of purely due to the fact there wasn't a huge amount of open water places to swim. What I found when I got injured is it kind of changed for me. It was harder to swim because I can't tumble turn. I can't push off with my feet from the end of the pool, and it means that I'm doing a full 50 metres or a full 25 metres in a pool where other swimmers are kind of like gliding for a few metres, and that it did create problems. Although I am quite quick in the water, it's a real advantage being able to kick off. And when I got injured, I just found the joy that there's no tumble turning in the open water. There's no end. After I got injured in 2009, I had a decision to make, and it was literally, do I sink or do I swim? And I chose the water because it allowed me to focus on my mental and physical health and well-being. Because being face down in the water, it doesn't give you much option but to think about and to contextualise what's happened to you, and really to figure out what I wanted from life. And I suppose putting one arm in front of the other on that journey really helped me think about what happened and allowed me to stop treading water and move forward.
Please do check the great work that Open Minds Active are doing and support them if you can. A link to their website is in the description box for more information. And that's all for today. I hope these videos have given you some inspiration or just made you see that great things are happening in BNSSG. If you'd like to share your good news with us, check out the description box for our details or scan the QR code here. Thanks very much for watching today.